Hey guys, I hope you're well. It was brought to my attention that while I gave you guys the update on the sentencing, I didn't actually share my opinion. So shout out to Shanna Blue for actually pointing that out regarding Tori Woods and what the final outcome there was. I appreciate that. And you're right, I gave you the update, but I didn't actually give you my opinion. So I don't know. I'm kind of in two minds about it because the charges were obviously the production, possession, and dissemination of child abuse material. But again, it was fiction. You know, it was a book, so there weren't any real children involved. But as the magistrate said, you were inviting people to indulge in that fantasy of that. Ugh. So the end result was a community order for 18 months, which means that she's going to be closely monitored. Even if she's travelling locally, she's going to have to report to the police. All of her internet access, everything like that, that's going to be monitored as it should be. And once that's up, she's going to be on the sex offenders register for 8 years, I believe it was, or the child protection register, they call it in New South Wales. The child protection register, again, she's going to have to report to police anytime she moves address or anything like that. Her career is completely buggered. She's going to find a hard time supporting herself financially. She's pretty ruined. She's definitely never going to publish again because people are going to figure out who she is. The internet's pretty smart. That's just what happens. Well, I say the internet's pretty smart. Some of the internet's pretty smart. I think even if she had been sentenced to a year, then it might have been a bit more of a deterrent. I mean, it's not like she would have spent a year in prison. She would have been eligible for parole after serving around half of it, you know. But I think that still would have been more of a deterrent because based on her own actions, she knew what she was doing was wrong. She clearly showed intent. The fact that she omitted the worst parts from her editor and then added them after the editing process, that tells me that she knew exactly where the line was and she knew that she was crossing it. So that to me is like an admission of guilt. She knew exactly what she was doing. Which just blows my mind. It's crazy. Why would you even put it out there? How did you think anybody would think it would be okay? But I don't know. She's just warped thanks to book talk, I guess, and all of that dark romance bullshit. You know, this is what happens when there isn't regulations in place and you're just in a bubble. You know, the fantasies get darker and darker and there's no pushback against it. And then you end up with shit like this. So yeah, I think the sentencing personally was a little bit light. I would like to have seen her at least spend up until that parole hearing behind bars. I think that would have been more of a deterrent, especially for a landmark case like this. Anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think? Did the punishment fit the crime? Do you think she got off too light? Do you think it was a bit too heavy-handed? Let me know what you think. Anyway, stay safe guys. I'll speak to you again soon.